Everything people say about the tattoo industry is a lie. Whether it's about apprenticeships, learning how to tattoo, or the community itself. And it's time for us to actually be honest about the tattoo industry. I'd like to think that I've learned a lot across my 16-year tattoo journey. And I've got a few secret little insights into this industry that you might not expect. Now, I'm not going to sugarcoat this. So number one, there's so many artists out there that use apprenticeships, and I'll be honest with just as free labour. There's this massive thing in the industry that the only way to learn how to tattoo is to slave away for years being an apprentice. It's not. That's not the only way. And there's so many artists that use it to their advantage. They don't even teach the people how to tattoo for months and months and months. They just use them because they've got a skivvy in the shop doing everything for them. Now, that's not an umbrella over the entire industry. There's some amazing people in this industry that really want to see other people succeed, but they're the minority. The majority of artists out there have just got a bad attitude when it comes to apprenticeships. To be honest, I just think the entire thing's a bit shady, and it's, come on, we're nearly in 2025. Number two, tattoo artists are gossip machines, and there's like a little clique, a little group of these artists. And I'll be honest, there's a saying, isn't there? And this is nothing against the industry, but they say hairdressers are a nightmare. They all slag each other off. Listen, the tattoo industry makes the hairdressing industry look like a kid's playground. It is brutal. In this industry, you have got to become thick-skinned. For some reason, they think that by pulling other artists down, they can then move up the ladder above them. Instead of having the attitude, look, competition's a good thing. If anything, I want to help other people and in turn help myself. It just don't work like that in this industry. You've got to learn to be able to take it on the chin. I'd love to hear if anybody watching this has had any experiences with other artists bad mouthing them. I guarantee if you're in the industry, you've had this at some point. Let me know in comments. Number three, they say that the industry is oversaturated, and they do this to protect themselves because they're scared. They are scared of the competition. There is so many customers out there that there's not enough tattoo artists to actually deal with the demand. The artists that are not getting booked up, it's not the work. Some of them are amazing artists. Loads of them are amazing artists, but they don't run the business properly and they don't run the marketing properly. Rather than accepting that, their ego is too high and they blame the industry. Not enough customers. No, oversat. There's loads of customers, millions of customers. It's just you don't know how to get them. And instead, they slag the industry off. It's oversaturated. Blame me for teaching all you guys online. I'm the cause of it. No, it's just you don't know how to run your business. And I want to help people get more customers, but their ego is so high, they're not prepared to listen to somebody else's views or opinions. And I've passed the stage where I'm even trying to help these people, and I just think, look, if that's your attitude, I wish you all the best. Keep doing what you're doing, you're going to get same results, aren't you? And I'll be honest with you, I don't like the fact that they do this in the first place. Because if I were just starting out in this industry, something like that could actually put me off joining the industry. Number four, everybody goes on about this sacred art and they use it as an excuse for so long. The apprenticeship system, it's the only way. Traditionally, yeah, that's true. But if you speak to these artists and say, what do you use to draw your designs up? Oh, iPad Pro. Well, did they use that? Did they use that years ago? No, they did it all by hand. So it's like one rule for one rule for another. We've got to keep it traditional. But yet you're using iPad. You're using the new machines. You use the new inks as they come out. So if it benefits you, you're prepared to change. But if it creates a little bit of competition and you get scared, all of a sudden it's a bad thing. I bet you don't rock up to work on fucking horseback, do you? Years ago, we used horses. Then they invented cars. We're all right with that, aren't we? Tradition was horseback. Come on, get a grip. And just another quick little point. People think, traditionally, I totally agree, years ago, these artists, they learnt the old-fashioned way. They were taught to run a shop a particular way. They didn't have to market or run the business, really. It was just word of mouth, and that's how they survived. But people kind of use that as an excuse to, well, I don't really need to learn how to run business or marketing. I do it how everyone else has always done it. It's an excuse of why your business is failing. Look, time moves, and so does methods and techniques. We've got to adapt with time. So just on a quick positive, there's some simple things that you can do to increase business. It's not all the negatives. Learn how to use your socials. It is really simple once you get your head around it. Listen, I'm no fucking marketing guru. I've grown my socials to over 500,000, 100,000 on YouTube. I've had customers fly to me from around the world. My work is not the best. There's loads of artists out there that are better than me, and I'm not a guru when it comes to marketing or a business fucking wizard. I'm just a normal bloke. But I learned a few really simple things that you can apply, and everybody that I've told to do these same little tips, they've applied it and they've had the exact same results. None of it is hard. Change the way that you post. It's not all about you and your work. Look at what I've done today. Nobody is on their phones or computers, iPads, whatever, and they give a fuck about you. They're just bothered about themselves and what their views and opinions are. So make it about the viewer. Your engagement, your posts will start increasing. They're then going to see more of your work because of the algorithms. Understand how to run your business properly. Quick example of that. We don't want to be on social media every day, all day. So your business plan should say, right, I'm going to allocate one day where I schedule my entire month's worth of posts out. Just little tips like this, so simple to implement. And they're just 2 of hundreds, but it's the simple things in business that you do again and again and again and repeat the same things that get the best results. But more importantly, don't be put off by other people in industry, the old timers. Statistically, you can check this online, 80% of businesses are failing in tattoo industry, all right? There's only less than 20% that are actually successful. Choose who you listen to carefully. Never stop learning the basics. And I want to really put a massive emphasis on this. Like I say, we've got over 100,000 people done my course. We've got thousands that have done the full course that takes people on average around a year to complete. Now, this is the vital thing. They had to do the first 30 days and then they go on to the full course and they've got to do the exact same lessons again. As you can imagine, this causes frustration for a lot of people thinking, I've done it. But the first 30 days covers line work, straight lines, curved lines, joining lines, the principles behind shading using dot work, then shading with round shaders and magnums. It's the basics, the fundamentals that you need to become an amazing artist. So many people say, but I've already done that. They're forced to do it again. They've got to do it again. There's no ifs or buts. You can't skip it. Every single person, when they get to later lessons, when we're doing all the realistic portraits, the animals, the humans, it is 100% unanimous. They all say, I am so glad I had to go back and redo those basics at the very beginning because they are so important. And believe me, I'm not bothered who you are as a tattoo artist. You could be just starting out or you could be one of the biggest names in the industry watching this. None of us are perfect at lines. None of us can shade perfect. There's always going to be that room for improvement. If you are one of those people that say, no, I can line fucking better than anybody in the world and I don't need to practice lining, then you're an idiot and you're never going to progress. You've got to have the attitude of I always want to learn, and to learn you've got to go back to the basics. You've got to go, right, I'm going to spend the next hour after work and I'm just going to really practice to try and improve on my line work. Get some mats out and just practice improving that one specific skill. Day after or later on that week you might think, right, I've got a couple of hours to spare. Do you know something? I'm going to get mats out and just really practice getting a smooth blend from dark to light using a small mag. That's how specific you can be when it comes to the practicing. But imagine if you're already tattooing, you might have a shop, you might just be learning, but imagine if for a year, every time you got a bit of spare time, you thought, right, I'm going to really try and improve that one particular skill. In a year's time, just imagine how good you would be. It's ridiculous, the improvement that you can make. And that's backed up because that is the formula that I basically use in the entire course. And people have gone from not being able to do a straight line to being able to do world-class portraits in 6 months to a year. The system works, but to work through the system, you've got to hammer the basics again and again and again and again. Then all of a sudden, you become this amazing artist and you think, I've just been hammering the basics, because there's no magic thing in tattooing. If you see a world-class tattoo, amazing tattoo, there's not a magic formula. There's not a magic technique that you've got to purchase or you get give after so many years of tattooing. It's just they are that good at the basics. The lines are very, very good. The packing is very, very good. Their ability to go from dark to light shades is awesome. The way that they can block out an area with the perfect tone and it's so consistent. The basics that we cover at the beginning. These world-class amazing artists are just so good at the basics, but so many people forget to go back and practice the basics. I've got the largest online tattoo school worldwide. It works out at less than $1 per lesson for fundamental course. There's links in the description, go check it out. But as always, here it comes.